All right, Coach, you got camp kicked off today. How'd it feel to get back out here?
Felt good to see our guys moving around a little bit. We had a couple guys that weren't cleared, so we looked a little bit different than I thought we would today. But biggest thing, we moved around well. We got some new guys. We just got to learn how to practice. I don't think we practice well, but how we practice was not up to the Rattler way.
Coach, kind of give us like a kind of rundown of what happened today at practice. Just talk about how the first day went.
Well, we got new guys that are learning new things, right? Learning new terminology. So we had a little bit of confusion, but the biggest thing for us on offense and defense, we wanted to try to get as many reps on film so we could start assessing and evaluating where guys are going to be. So thought we did a good job of that. Obviously that Florida heat kind of got a couple of our guys, but we're going to keep going. I mean, we had a couple guys get cramps. They're going to now have to go see the training room and do those things in there. But we'll evaluate, we'll assess, we'll watch film, make our corrections tonight, and we'll be back out here tomorrow.
Coach, talk about your coaching staff. How did your coaching staff run the practice the way you want to practice?
They did a good job. They know we're all about tempo. They know I want to make sure we're all lined up, being in the right spots. So thought we did a really, really good job as a coaching staff. We'll reevaluate and see how some things look and see what changes we may need to make tomorrow.
Coach, how does it feel just to even be back? Now, you're not the assistant head coach no more. You're not just coaching cornerbacks. You're overseeing the whole practice. How does it feel just FAMU football is back?
Well, I woke up at 4:30 this morning to get ready for practice this morning. So I guess what you got to do as the head coach. You got to try to make sure you beat everybody to the building. But it felt good. Just putting the script together, putting everything together, blowing the whistle when I needed to. But again, we got a long way to go. I'm happy to be out here for our first day, but we still got a long way to go.
I know you say you got a long way to go, but what is the energy like finally being able to start this new chapter and this new stage?
Well, exciting. I mean, you saw a lot of the energy on practice from the players, from the coaches. We had some guys go down today, so it's a little bit disappointing to kind of, when we talk about our conditioning. I thought our conditioning was going to be where it needed to be, but excited for the guys, happy that they're out here. They know we're not perfect yet. They know we're not ready to play a game yet, but this is just step one in the journey before we get our season started August 24th.
Coach, it's Norfolk State is just about 3 weeks away.
Yeah.
Have you started to concentrate on Norfolk State yet, or is it just getting the Rattlers ready?
No, we dedicated a week, during the summer on Norfolk State, but right now it's all about trying to make sure we're about the Rattlers. I mean, I'm not necessarily worried about Norfolk State, and I don't think they're worried about us either. They're just trying to fine-tune what they can do and get their fundamentals down, which is what we're doing as well. Fundamentals, technique, terminology, lining up. Those are the things that we wanted to make sure we worked on today, and we'll see on the film whether we did it or not.
What is one takeaway you can say that you had from today?
We look good. We run around. We ran around extremely well. We just got to determine some of our guys that were running around well, they were running in the wrong direction. So we just got to fine tune some of those things. But again, day one, the normal mistakes that you would expect. Maybe some of the new guys not lining up correctly, but I thought the one thing I will say, I thought our veterans did a really, really good job of getting us going, getting us started. Some of the younger guys, they just got to be able to catch up.
Coach, one more thing. With so many new players, how do you feel the new players gelled with the team, and this being the new norm?
Well, I'll get a chance to see them today, right? We had a little adversity. We'll see how they mesh in the meetings. We'll see how they mesh in our team meeting later on today. Everything was great yesterday because there wasn't any practice going on. So, a little bit of adversity from the group. I'll take a little bit, kind of an angle where I can see how guys are meshing later on tonight. But, again, a little adversity. We'll see how they react tonight.
Were you the first one here this morning? You said
no. Coach Henry beat me. I tried to be the first one, but Coach Henry beat me here.
Is this a challenge now for fall camp? Trying to get here first?
No, I hope not. Our guys are working hard. I mean, Joe Henry, I do know I was the last one to leave, but Coach Henry normally gets up here quite early as well. So we just want to make sure we're ready for the guys. We have call up at 6. It's not doing our guys any justice if we get here at 5:45. So our entire staff gets here early. They know they got work to do. I challenge the staff to make sure we're ready to go before practice by 5:50. So our guys did a really, really good job of that this morning.
All right, Kendall, first day out here at practice. Just tell us about the excitement of being out here and how today went.
First day, very exciting. It's my last fall camp, so I got to get it in. Guys flying around making plays. A lot of new guys out here, very communicative, flying around doing things that we always do. So it's very exciting.
Just talk a little bit about the energy of finally being back. Coach said you guys look good. How did it feel?
Oh, yeah, it felt great, man. Being back on Bragg, it's been a while, since this past spring. So like I said in my last season, I was out there flying around, making plays, having fun, so it felt good.
So when you first came, you were BJ's little brother. Now everybody knows who Kendall Bowler is.
Yeah.
How different is it you approach the game?
Shout out BJ, man. But, you know, it felt good. I mean, it feels good, you know, being the top dog right now. You know, like you said, I was BJ's little brother, but now I'm Kendall Bowler. So now, you know, I'm out there making plays, doing what I got to do, getting all the accolades, so it's feeling good.
One of the players that I've been here since 2021, one of the players that I've been here the longest now. Just talk about that, being one of those older guys, you know, you want to represent the team at SWAC media days and things like that, and now you're projected to be one of the best players on the team. Just talk about that and coming in with that expectation and kind of getting those guys to follow along with you.
Yeah, it definitely feels good to be a vet, you know. Like you said, being here since 21, I'm kind of one of the old guys on the team. Now it's crazy to say, but yeah, it's feeling real good, you know, just me telling all my old stories and people asking me, like, everybody come to me for information and things like that, so it's feeling good.
Kendall, can you talk a little bit about the energy of this team right now, coming off of last season's high, but you have so many new pieces to the puzzle now. What's the energy of this team right now?
The energy is very high. You know, it's like I said, it's a lot of new guys that they're trying to make their face and make their plays, so the energy is real high, so everybody talking trash to each other. You know, we had some guys that came from USF, and we played them last year, so they talking trash, they ready got it and putting the pads on, so the energy very high.
Kendall, how do you get, you know, with the transfer portal, you have a lot of new faces out here. Yeah. How do you get those guys to mesh? Because there's no question that FAMU is talented this year. I think the key to the team is going to be how well they mesh. What are you doing to help make sure that everybody meshes together?
Yeah, like I said, Coach did a great job, you know, recruiting guys from all over the place. So, like, the mesh, we're doing things like team bonding. Like, we starting to, like, do, like, moves and things like that, bowling activity. Even at the lunch, we all got to set at different tables, just talk to each other and, you know, see where guys are from, where they came from, their background, things like that. So that's how we want to mesh.
The energy was great. You know, the energy was great since day one. Just, you know, even though we had meetings and everything the first couple of days, but just to be able to be back out on the field, be back with my teammates, back with new blood, old blood, and it's just like the energy was just great. Everybody was excited to get out here and get better.
Jalen, the offensive line looks amazing. You got a lot of guys out there and good-looking athletes. Is the offensive line ready to take that leadership role as the toughest squad on this team?
If you ask me, I'm gonna say yeah. I feel like we got a good amount of experience from the transfers that we have in, from everybody that was here in the past, and then we got Coach Henry as our leader, so we're ready to step up to the plate.
Jalen, how important is this spring? I mean, not this spring. I lost track of time. This training camp, this preseason training camp right here. You coming back for your final football season, coming back fresh off an injury, but you know you still have to respect those guys on the offense and those guys on the offensive line. Talk about that a little bit.
You know, I just feel like this, like since it's my final fall camp, you know, even coming back after the injury, I'm just ready to come back out here and get better than from the time that I missed. And then I still appreciate the guys who still had the respect for me, even though I missed that time. And just about, you know, just being able to be around the guys and to be able to be a part of what we got going here. You know, that's the main thing for me. Just being in a good place, being in the right time.
What kind of emotions come for you with this being your last fall camp?
I was thinking about it yesterday. You know, like right when we got out of the meetings and everything, I was just like, oh man, like I was nervous a little bit, you know, just coming back from an injury. I'm happy because I'm around my teammates again, almost 24/7 all day. I done been, like, they just been almost been everywhere, you know. Then it's also like I've also been, you know, serious because I know how important this is to me and to my teammates. So.
Alrighty, fall camp underway. Can you just talk about what it was like to be out here on the field today?
It felt good. For many of us, it's our last one. Really got to just appreciate every day, you know, come out and work like it's our last every time. But it was good. It was hard as expected, and kind of came out and tested the guys just to see where we were at condition-wise.
When you came in last year, you was a transferred in from FAU, so you was a new guy, but you're coming into your second camp at FAMU. Everybody knows your name now. Everybody recalls the game that you had in the Celebration Bowl to help FAMU come back and claim the Black College National title. Just talk about coming in and you're entering your second camp, even though it's your last camp, with the you kind of know what they expect, but also it's a new coach too, so it's like a toss-up.
I mean, the jitters gone. Last year I had a lot of jitters. Felt like I had to prove a lot to everybody else. This year it's a little different. I feel like I got something to prove more to myself. Like I just want to outwork myself yesterday. If I did something yesterday, I want to come out today and do better. So it felt good. I'm just, you know, I'm glad it looked good out here. The team looked good. I think we're going to be pretty smooth.
How exciting is it to come back and you know, knowing you have the title, but you know you have to keep the younger guys focused. How difficult has that been to keep everybody focused now that you're carrying the title?
It's easy. The mentality is, I mean, we don't have a title. This team don't have a title. Last year's team has a title, and a lot of those guys are gone. So, like, right now we kind of focus on building a new identity and showing, like, okay, this is the 2024 Rattlers. The 2024 Rattlers have to still go back and do the same thing to be established.
And then as you come in with the 2024 Rattlers, y'all have y'all first practice. What are some things that you like that you saw from your team today, just from day one?
I mean, it's day one, no fights, everybody flying around. Some guys tired or whatnot, but that's what comes with it. But for the most part, it was pretty good effort, and guys were just flying around, kind of like Coach said at the end of practice. So I admire that part. Gives us something to build on, like, in the future.
You were once the new guy out here. You guys got a lot of new guys out here right now. What have you been kind of saying to some of those newer guys to get ready and understand what the standard is here at FAMU?
Honestly, a lot of the new guys are vets. So when you're a vet, you kind of know what's expected out of you as an older guy. So we don't really got to say too much for them. We kind of just got to work and lead by example, and everybody kind of just follow along.
This is the era of NIL, right?
Yes, sir.
So are the Dean Dozens ready yet?
August 1st, you can go to any Krispy Kreme location in Tallahassee. You get you a Dean Dozen, discounted. Hey, I might be outside promoting it in the front. You never know. I'm going to be working at Krispy Kreme like I got a job there just to get people to buy it. So, yeah, August 1st, it's going to be airing.
Perfect. You guys got fall camp underway today. Can you just talk a little bit about being back out here and what it was like?
It feels good to knock the rust off. You know, it's been a long time coming from spring ball when we were actually able to have a ball and helmets and get out here and actually play real football. So, you know, guys have been working really hard over the course of the summer, and you can see that. I'm proud of the way that they attacked practice today. It's always different just from a conditioning standpoint. You know, doing team run and lifting weights is a completely different animal than actually playing real football. And so, you know, some of the guys were tired. Nobody was in terrible shape, but we've got a ways to go as far as, you know, getting ourselves ready for game one. I'm proud of the way that they attacked practice, though, had good effort and energy. There was a lot of communication. We've already started that process of developing our vocal leaders on the offensive side of the ball, and so we've started to see those guys rise to the top as well.
Coach, you're coming in offensive coordinator, but also not a play caller, also the assistant head coach, also the offensive line coach. Kind of talk about things that you like that you saw from your team today, just you know, from a day one standpoint.
Yeah, well, I've been practicing my juggling in the off season, so I can handle all the different hats. But as far as the new roles, you know, it's something that I've worked for the entirety of my career at this point. This will be my 15th season to coach college football, and I feel well prepared. I also have a wonderful staff of guys around me that are my eyes and ears. You know, they help me. They do a great job of providing an area, a space where we can bounce ideas off of each other. They're a great sounding board. They bring their own ideas to the table, so we put everything together as a unit. But as far as being able to, you know, handle those responsibilities, that's something that I've learned from some of college football's greatest coaches on how to do that. And so I'm grateful for this opportunity. Don't take it lightly, and plan on doing the very best job that I can with it.
Coach, I've seen the Rattler football team for decades. This might be the biggest and most athletic looking offensive line, as well as number-wise. I don't know if we've ever had this many linemen in camp. Was that a goal of yours in your recruiting?
Absolutely. We're very deliberate about the way that we developed our whole offensive roster, specifically the offensive line. We knew that we needed more bodies. We knew that we needed athleticism and size and strength, and so, you know, we evaluated, in this portal season, we evaluated over 180 offensive linemen, and we felt like we brought in 4 transfer portal guys and 2 freshmen that we feel like come in immediately and provide depth for us. They're competing for a starting spot, and you hit the nail on the head, Vaughn. It's something that we've worked for. It didn't happen by accident, and we're really proud of the recruiting job that we've done. We're proud of the guys that are here. We got great young men, in addition to good-looking guys, and so we're really excited to turn the film on and see what they're doing now that we're actually out here on fall camp and we're playing ball.
Coach Colzie said that this group looks really good after day one. What was your takeaways after day one?
The biggest takeaway for me after day one was just the energy and the optimism and the, you know, there are high expectations on this season. Make no bones about it. You know, nobody's afraid to talk about it. You know, our alumni and our fan base, and they're proud of what we accomplished last year, and they expect us to have the same result this year. And so we embrace those challenges, and you can see that in the way that these guys have worked over the course of the summer, and it just leaks over, it bleeds over into what we've done now here for the first day of fall camp. So the energy was really high, the juice and the enthusiasm. You know, you can hear older guys encouraging younger guys. You can hear players that understand what the expectation is, communicating that and disseminating that information with their teammates. And so, you know that you've got a special group when you hear your players echoing and speaking the same language as you, and really trying to encourage guys they're getting the message across. They're helping us as coaches get the message across. And so we'll be in good shape, but I'm proud of these guys for what they've accomplished on day one.
Coach, last question for me. After the interview, are you going to be running stadiums with Coach Burrs?
So, yeah, my coaches are over there making me look bad. Y'all got me working, and they're over there playing, so I might try to play catch-up.
Coach, when Coach Willie Simmons left, he basically said, "Get the keys to the offense to Joe Henry." That was his endorsement of you. How do you take that and as a part of your approach?
Very humbly. Coach Simmons is a very close personal friend. He's a great mentor to me. He's hired me 3 different times. His first head coaching job in 2015 at Prairie View, I was on his initial staff. And then when he had an opportunity to come here to FAMU in 2018, he brought me with him. And then I left for 3 years, and he was gracious enough to bring me back for a second stint at FAMU and a third stint with him. So I have a lot of respect for him. I've worked my tail off to learn from him, to grow with him. And I really appreciate, his kind words as far as, when you're in that foxhole with somebody on a daily basis and you spend 7 days a week grinding with each other, you really get to know the spirit of that person. You understand what makes them tick. You know the whys and the hows of what that person is as a man, as a play caller, as a football coach. And so for him to say that about me, I really appreciate it. Very humbling, and I'm very proud, and that's something that I've worked hard for. I don't. Coach Simmons doesn't say things like that lightly, and that's not something that I take lightly. And so I'm appreciative of him for saying that. And in the back of my mind, I want to make sure that I make him proud as I'm doing my job.
You guys got fall camp underway today. Can you just kind of give us your first thoughts of being back out here?
Man, it's great. It's great to be back out here. You go through a long summer of hard work, and you finally get rewarded being able to come out and practice with the guys. So it's always a good feeling first day of camp.
Junior, it seems like it's been a long time that you've been at FAMU, and now you're positioned to, be that lead signal caller and the leader of the team. Do you take your approach different at all?
Kind of the same approach, just with a little more intensity. To kind of try to set the standard here. I mean, I've been here for a couple of years now, so I kind of know what it's like being a part of some championship teams. So just holding that standard and making sure, all the guys are on track.
Kind of talk about first day at camp. I guess leading the offense or just running plays, anything. What did you like from the unit today for first day?
For the first day, it's really good to see all the guys, especially with how many transfers we got, just to be able to line up right. We didn't really have to spend too much time telling people how to line up, because that's just a credit to all the meetings and stuff and how locked in the guys have been and intentional how they've been with their work and just knowing where to line up and just getting the base. We're just trying to set the foundation for today, really.
How does it feel being a quarterback at an offense that could be so high-powered that you don't have to go out and win games, but actually just get the ball to your playmakers and trust your offensive line and trust the play calling to actually win games?
Right, it's exciting. Like Coach Colzie and Coach Henry, Coach Burris, all them guys, they brought in a loaded group at receiver, tight end, running back, every position, and especially the offensive line. That's the deepest and most veteran group that we have. So, but they just make life easier for you, especially with how explosive all they are.
Junior, every camp that you've had, you came in, you sat behind McKay, you sat behind Moose, and now you're looking forward to be your time now. How important is this camp right here?
Just as important as all the other ones. Really, just taking the same approach. Really, just trying to take it day by day, get better. You can't really too much worry about the future. You got to handle what today holds.
How would you describe the energy of this team right now and where you guys are at?
Everybody was a little more juiced up today, especially with a bunch of new guys. They kind of get the practice vibes here and stuff like that. So it was juiced up today for sure, though.
Junior, how important is this camp to you, and more special is it to you that you've gone through some adversity at your time here, and now seems like things are smoothed out and you can actually concentrate on just being the best quarterback you can be?
Right, that's one of the best things that FAMU teaches you is how to overcome adversity, right? So really just kind of being able to just kind of put all that aside and really just focus on keeping the main stuff, and really just doing whatever we got to do to win.